book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 42. And they continue steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship, and in breaking of bread, and in prayers. Okay, first and foremost, I like to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakahakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to the items that's pushing the truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this video be edifying first and foremost to the whole elect, then to those that cleave to the body. And what I want to get into today is about pretty much breaking bread, continuing to eat bread continually, and serving spiritually, serving tables. All right, to continue to break bread amongst the, the brothers in the Akim. All right, that we may continue to feast at the Lord's Supper that He have called us into. Okay, because there's a way to pollute the table. All right, which we eat it off, which is obviously there's a lot of similitudes surrounding serving tables, and this how you spiritually serve tables. All right, because contrary to popular belief, we'll wait us because we're serving others. All right, as we've been served ourselves. All right, there's great wisdom and knowledge. Okay, this word of great value. All right, the Lord has catered it through the spirit of the Rakakwadash to us. All right, and we must reciprocate the same energy, okay, to those that is set out to get, because we don't really know who the word is for. That's why we have to speak it openly. All right, not in secret, because now that which we have adhered to or heard through the spirit, all right, it have energized us to regurgitate it out and to those that need it. All right, and for those that thirst. So spiritually serving table is breaking bread, all right, and giving water to those that thirst. So let me get into that. All right, and it's all through right now. Obviously, as we we did the Passover. All right, it's a special during the ceremony. All right, it's a special time where we read particular verses in the scriptures. All right, and we break of the bread, the body, and the bread of the Mashiach Yahweh Shai. And even during the Feast of Weeks, all right, those 7 weeks, all right, is a continuance of just breaking that bread, and you obviously it's the Pentecost, which means the 50th, all right, but nonetheless, all right, I'm gonna explain, because this, at the top of this chapter, Acts 2, it tells you, the Pentecost, all right. So there's an importance of understanding, and all this is spiritual, man. The Feast of Weeks, the unleavened bread, everything is spiritual surrounding everything. All right, this is Isaiah 7:14. It says, therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. That's a token. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel, which means the Lord is with us. That Emmanuel. All right, and that virgin is that young marriageable woman. Okay, it says, butter and honey shall he eat, that he may know to refuse the evil and choose the good. So when we spiritually serving tables, all right, the butter and honey represents what? The understanding of the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right, because it's oil. Okay, it's not just that same butter that he shall eat, which he walked in perfection. All right, is symbolic to what we preach and teach on the streets. All right, let me prove that. Right, this is Joel. It's Joel 20. It's not 20. right, this is Salaki. I don't want to get it wrong. I know it's in Job. Okay. I don't want to get it wrong. Let me do this. Yeah, it's Job 29:6. Salaki. That's on me. I know it's 20 something. All right, yeah, this is Job 29:6. It says, when I wash my steps with butter, and the rock poured me out rivers of oil. Now, what rock is that? That's Yahweh Shai. All right, so he ate bunny, he ate butter and honey. All right, which, you know, that honey is sweet. It's likened it to, you know, the perks of the kingdom of heaven. Okay, butter not so sweet. All right, but it's a ingredient which is pretty much used in almost nearly every food. All right, which the food is the consumption, and which we take in is the scriptures. You know, because we eat the scriptures. That's why our heart, our lahab, is as a belly. All right, and our taste do discern perverse things. So that's why we don't eat at all tables, man. You got some jakes just eat by the table, not by the label, man. We as men of the Lord, all right, we have an order in which we feast, all right, and serve each other. That's why we can't just go out and do the ministry any kind of way, all right, because it's a representation of what we intaking from home. And our home is really Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. All right? You know, that's our rock. That's the door, the house. So when we come out the house being representations of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, we gotta have the right doctrine, the right wisdom, continuing in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship. You know, when we come home and we eat, we go out and give out that exactly what we ate. Okay? Nothing more, nothing less. So it says, when I wash my steps with butter, and this is talking about Job, you know, having the truth. Because when you jump to 3, it says, when his candle shine upon my head, which, what is that candle? Wisdom calls a man's face to shine. All right? And when by his light I walk through darkness. So that's what we doing. All right? It says, and I was in the days of my youth strength, right? When the secret of God was upon my tabernacle, man. What secrets of God is what he revealed to the servants, his prophets. This the word. Okay? When the Almighty was yet with me, when my children were about me, when I washed my steps with butter, because he said, thy steps have I kept and I have not declined. All right? The steps is the way to go. All right? It says, and the rock poured me out rivers of oil. And this the point. When I went out the gate through the city, when I prepared my seat in the street. So why would the rock need to pour him out rivers of oil, all right? And he need to go in the street, all right, to let it out. Because again, that's our intake. That's what we're doing, all right? We're feasting to give it out, all right? It says the young men saw me and hid themselves, because that's what the word do. All right? And the aged arose and stood up. The princes refrained talking and laid their hand on their mouth. The nobles held their peace, and their mouth and their tongue cleaved to the roof of their mouth. When the ear heard me, then it blessed me, and when eyes saw me, it gave witness to me. So this is what the truth do. Okay? Through those rivers of oil. Okay? That's part of the butter he ate. Let me go back to this. All right? This is Isaiah 7:15. I got long with it in explaining that point, but that's what I wanted to explain. All right? So it says, butter and honey shall he eat, that he may know to refuse evil and choose the good. There's no way you could go inside and eat some butter and honey and then you know how to discern between good and evil, man. All right? It's in a parable. It's in a metaphor. Okay? So you can understand that. Okay? For before the child shall know to refuse the evil and choose the good. Okay? And that's how we're spiritually serving tables. We're teaching the little ones, as myself is a little one, all right? To what? Know what to eat off the table. And that's symbolic for what? Choosing good and evil. All right? That's what we're doing right here. All right? So this is, get back to it. We're eating, and this is how we break bread and continually to spiritually serve tables. Right? This is Proverbs 24. And 13, it says, my son, eat thou honey because it is good, right? And the honeycomb, which is sweet to thy taste, so shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul. Yeah, I tell you in, I believe 2nd Esdras 8:4, swallow down wisdom, right? When thou hast found it, then there shall be a reward, and thy expectation shall not be cut off. It says, yeah, because the righteous expectation is only good. So this is the good news, all right, of the Titans, which we're eating on our table. You see? This is what the consumption is about. Sirach 11:3, it says, the bee is little amongst those that fly, but her fruit is chief of the sweet things. Let me get that, right? You see? Gotta get it, right? Paraphrase it. Hopefully I got that right. Sirach 11:3. The bee is little among such as fly, but her fruit is the chief of sweet things. All right? Was that fruit? Okay? The righteous yield fruit. Let me get that. This Proverbs 12. I'm going to be jumping around a bit. This Proverbs 12, and I think it's 12, right? Well, I'm going to start at 11. He that tilleth his land shall be satisfied with bread. All right? Yeah, because why? You're working, right? We're getting served on the table. Then we're going working without. All right? It says prepare. That's why it says prepare thy house without. Let me get that. Okay? No, it's in Genesis. Not Genesis. It's in Proverbs. I didn't have this. So, Proverbs 24:27. It says, prepare thy work without, and make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thine house. Yeah. You see? And afterwards build thine house. And that's the way we build a house up. Okay? It's coming out in the field and preparing, being mentally, physically prepared as we can possibly be. All right, to get others to what? Follow. And we're only getting to follow the doctrine in which was left unto us by that bread, by our rock. All right? That's why we break of his body and drink of his blood. Matter of fact, that's how you begin to pay your house. Because what's the most family-oriented thing? Is the what? The breaking of bread. All right? The coming together with the feasting. All right? This is 1 Corinthians 10. I'm jumping around a bit much. All right? Salaki for that. But it is what it is. This 1 Corinthians 10. All right? And all our family was under this cloud. 10 and 16. All right? But let me read one. Moreover, brethren, I would not that you should be ignorant. All right? Don't know this. How that all of our fathers were under the cloud and all passed through the sea. So we was there. All right? Talk about drinking that spiritual folk. And they did, 3. And did all eat the same spiritual meat. And did all drink the same spiritual drink. For they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them. And that rock was the Mashiach Yahushai, who also give us the oil. All right? Let me jump to 16. It says the cup I'm going to read 15. I speak as to wise men, judge ye what I say. The cup of blessing which we bless, is it not the communion of the blood of the Mashiach Yahushai? The bread we break, it is not the communion of the body of the Mashiach Yahushai? Yup. That's what we drinking and eating. Okay, that's why we got to be extra careful and cautious, man. All right, to get sick with cola, other meats, different things. It says, for we being many are one bread and one body, for we are all partakers of that one bread. Right? Okay? We all partakers. Now this back in Proverbs 12 and 11. He that tilleth his land shall be satisfied with bread, but he that followeth vain persons is void of understanding. Now who is getting the actual bread, man? When they go without, preparing it in the street. The prophets is giving the people the right bread, man. All right? That's giving them the nutrition to understand the foods they got to continue to eat according to the law. All right? It's all symbolic still. Okay? There's ways to walk in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, but it has to be fed unto you. Okay? And you got to be able to digest it, so it take a process of time. All right? You know, when we start feeding a person, they got to start to understand how to chew, swallow, and the whole process of everything. All right? It says, 12 and 12, the wicked desire the net of evil men. We're not trying to net evil men, man. We're trying to net the men who have shunned evil. Okay? It says, but the root of the righteous yielded fruit. So again, that same fruit. Okay, go back to the chief thing, which is wisdom, cause a man's face to shine. So this is how the root of the righteous yielded fruit, through what the fruit they're eating. You see that? It's a bit much going on here, but bear with me, all right? We'll be all over the place, okay? Because you can't turn or try to give a man a rotten fruit, okay? And then try to get him to change his diet, okay? Because that fruit, what you gave him to, gonna spoil him and turn him away, which is symbolic to us giving, you know, the bitter and the sweet, that he may taste all, he may put everything on the table, that he may judge correctly, man. All right? The evil is giving you one way, just evil. The righteous is giving you the understanding of both sides, man. All right? So that root is what you want to plant yourself in, man. That root and that water. So the Lord could give the increase. Again, you got to do it through the same men that was given charge over the ministry to call men into the supper, man. Right? Which are what? Righteous men. Okay? You can't be dealing with men. This is part of the reason we fell off. This Lamentation 4. And 3, it says, even the sea monsters draw breasts, they give suck unto their young ones. Yeah, giving suck, you know, having the men on the breast. Okay, being on the breast is learning and getting the understanding of how you serve the Lord. All right, that's why we're spiritual waiters, man. Right, because we're teaching, we're waiting and watching after men to teach them how to serve the Lord. I myself, okay, and other brothers that's in like mind, along with the apostles, all right, who set the labels for us to build in, man. Right? It says, the daughter of my people has become cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness. They ain't just because the Lord like Zion to a tender and delicate woman. All right, so, you know, obviously, you know, it's talking about the daughters, you know, or whatnot. But hey, okay, so, you know, men are liking it to it too, man. You can liken it to twofold, but you know, it's talking about the daughters. It says, it's literal, and it's spiritual. It says, the tongue of the suckling child cleaving to the roof of his mouth for thirst. Yeah. The thirsty That's why the men of the Lord is cold water until the thirst is. Let me get that. One of my favorites. All right, all of them my favorite ones. Once it's going on, right? This Proverbs 25 and 25. As cold waters is to a thirsty soul. All right. So this is that drink. So is the good news from a far country. Okay. This is the good tidings we bringing unto men. That wellspring of life, that water spring, man. Okay, a brook. Bring the spring of water until it become a brook. Okay, until that man. Just like our elders and apostles, right? On down to the the bishops and so on, the elders of the camp and the other men. All right, there's enough water to go around multifold. Okay, it says the young men. The young children ask bread. Why would they ask bread? They hungry, okay? Because they getting treated wrong. You getting treated wrong don't mean you're hungry. You see? So it's all symbolic. It says that no man breaketh it unto them, but the men of the Lord is continually eating and breaking bread. You see? The Lord said, if thee love me, feed my sheep. Okay? It says, they that did feed delicately are desolate in the streets. They that were brought up in scarlet embrace dunghills. Okay? So yeah, people in a low place because they're anorexic. Right? They're mentally starving, man. So our job is to mentally feed. Okay? That's the duty of a prophet, is to feed. This 2 Samuel 7. And no, 2 Samuel 9. And I'm gonna start at 7. All right, this is an account. It says, and David said unto him, fear not, for I will surely show kindness for Jonathan thy father's sake, and will restore thee all the land of thy father, that thou shalt eat bread at my table continually, man. All right. So do that mean he just come in and eat all the time? No. It shows his kindness, all right, his tender care and mercies towards him, all right? That's why David received the sure mercies of David, man, because he gave mercy out, all right? Mercy rewarded those that be merciful, man, okay? He that judge without mercy shall be shown no mercy. It says, and he gave, he made this strong statement, eat bread at my table continually. Which the whole lesson is about. And he bowed himself and said, what is thy servant that thou shouldst look on such a dead dog as I am? Then the king called the Ziba, Saul's servant, and said unto him, I have given unto thy master's son all that pertaineth to Saul and to all his house. Thou therefore and thy sons and thy servants shall till the land for him, and thou shalt bring in the fruits, that thy master's son may have food to eat. But me, Mephibosheth, if I said that right, thy master's son shall eat bread always at my table. Now Ziba had 15 sons and 20 servants. Then said Ziba unto the king, according to all that my lord the king had commanded his servants, so shall thy servant do. As for Mephibosheth, said the king, he shall eat at my table as one of the king's sons. And I can't pronounce it, had a young son whose name was Micah. All right. So even his son, all that dwelt in the house of Ziba were servants unto can't say it. So Mephibosheth, Salaki, dwelt in Jerusalem, for he did eat continually at the king's table and was lame on both his feet, which is Saul, Jonathan's son. All right. Matter of fact, he didn't just do that for him. He also did it for Micah, man. All right. He also did it for Micah. He also did it for Micah. when you go into that word Micah, I'm going to jump to the point. D, the son of Meribel and grandson of Jonathan. So he did it to Jonathan's son and even the grandson, man. All right? So he continued the son's line. All right? And that's what, that's what we're in order to do. All right? This is, this is Isaiah 21 and 5. Prepare the table, watch in the watchtower, eat, drink, arise ye princes, and anoint the shield. So this is what we're doing. For thus had the Lord said unto me, go set a watchman and let him declare what he said. So when we prepare tables, serving and watching tables for men, we're preparing a watch for them so they can watch and understand what they need to do. All right? Eating and watching go hand in hand. All right? Okay? This is what we doing, anointing the shield. This all part of spiritually serving tables. All right? This is slogging. Well, I'm going there. This is 1 Kings, another account, all right, that spiritually ties in. 1 Kings 10, I'm using the physical to actually enhance or show the spiritual aspect of it. This 1 Kings 10, this is when the Queen of Sheba visits Solomon. I'm gonna get straight to the point, all right? It says, verse 4, and when the Queen of Sheba had seen Solomon wisdom in the house that he had built, and the meat of his table, and the sitting of his servants, and the attendance of his ministers, and their apparel, and his cupbearers, and his accent was by which he went up to the house of Yahweh, there was no more spirit in him. You see? So through the spirit, made another nation spirit come up out of him. By men being in order, man. All right? And what? Coming together. Okay? So the word of the Lord brings men together in the spirit, spiritually, so they can feast. Okay? And she said that the king was a true report that I heard in my own land of thy acts and of thy wisdom. That's why it says in the sight of the nation, show the wisdom and understanding that we've received. All right? This is Sirach 32. Because this is our job to feast and sit down, all right, and think nothing of it, as if this is what we supposed to do. This is Sirach 32 and 1. If thou be made the master of a feast, lift not thyself up, but be among them as one of the rest. Take diligent care for them and sit down. So it's about the diligent care and sitting down, all right? Because the feast is not about you. It's about you being called to eat. And when thou hast done all thy office, take thy place, that thou mayest be merry with them and receive a crown for thy well ordering the feast, man. But what it's really about, you can't get a crown for eating. So the crown is about, all right, eating off the Lord's table and not going back from his commandment. All right, this is Job 23 and 12. It says, neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. So it's bigger than a feast. But when we come together, it's a spiritual coming together, man. You see? And this is how we spiritually serve one another, man. Okay? Do not pollute the table. This is Malachi 1. And I'm gonna start at 11. For from the rising of the sun even until the going down of the same, my name shall be great amongst the Gentiles. And in every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering everywhere. So even in our captivity, the Lord gonna open a fountain of repentance unto us, man. All right, that we gotta be clean when we go to when we even go unto the altar, man. All right, and part of going to that altar is going in the house of the Lord. And the house of the Lord is the Lord men. Okay, those sons of men I call. Ye my flock is men, my tabernacle is with men. Right? But ye have profaned it in that ye say the table of the Lord is polluted. Nah, we don't eat of the polluted table. We eat of the table that yielded righteous fruit. And the fruit thereof, even as meat, is contemptible. Nah, the right-hand side of the prophets of the Lord is on the nutritious part of the Lord, man. Okay, we on a nutrition plan, a nutrient-filled diet from the Lord. You know, with the pulse and the things that help us grow, man. All right? That enhance our dwellings, our well-being. It says, ye said also, behold, that a weariness is it. And ye have snuffed at it, said the Lord of hosts. And ye bought that which was torn, and the lame and the sick. Thus ye bought an offering. Should I accept this at your hand, said the Lord? Right? So, the Lord, question mark. It says, but cursed be the deceiver which had in his flock a male, and vowed and sacrificed unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, said the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. So, we can't sacrifice the wrong thing, because our sacrifice is also, part of our sacrifice is also sacrificing unto others, or for others, your brothers, the body. All right, so if you defile or pollute your sacrifice, then you're going to defile and pollute other brothers. So keep in mind, we're spiritually serving tables, and pray to the Lord we can continually to eat. We can continue to eat bread continually and drink of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, man. And especially while, you know, we were on this Passover time, but to continue to do it every day. All right. So until we're in the kingdom, eating and drinking with Yahushai. All right. And even continue it after that in immortality. So eating bread is a custom of the Israelites, you know, and chiefly the elect. Okay, and those that are enjoined into the body and called into the supper, the invitation to the supper. So out of wine, rock the Zadi was edifying, man. Till next time I see Shalom.